My name is Kinjal and I was born in Kathmandu, Nepal.
And my name is Lisa and I was born in Australia.
Kinjal and Lisa are both 14 and have been friends ever since they were kids. And while they're both Aussies, how they received their citizenship was a bit different.
I became an Australian citizen when my mom applied for a citizenship and she sat the test and I just became a citizen through her.
And how about you?
I became an Australian citizen by being born here. When my parents first came to Australia, they applied and got officially an Australian citizen in 2014.
And just like Kinjal and Lisa, a lot of Aussie citizens have families that came from overseas. In fact, more than half of all the people living in Australia are either migrants themselves or have at least one parent born in a different country.
It felt pretty good, becoming an Australian citizen felt like I belonged here more. It felt like an accomplishment for my mom.
People come to Australia for all sorts of reasons. Some of them come as students, or to work, to reunite with family, or to seek safety as refugees.
Me and my mom moved for a better life. It's not that great in Nepal, and there's more opportunity here, and just for my future and just for a stable job.
Not all migrants stay permanently and become citizens, but many do. Migration has been a big part of Australia's history from the time it was colonised in 1788. In the 1850s, the discovery of gold in Australia attracted people from all over the world and began to shape a new national identity for Australia. After World War II, Australia welcomed millions of British and European migrants to grow the nation. In the 70s, Australia officially became a multicultural country and accepted thousands of refugees from Vietnam and migrants from many other countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Australia.
Over the last 10 years, between 400,000 to 500,000 people have moved to Australia each year, while around 300,000 have left each year. There was a big drop-off during the COVID-19 pandemic and then a rise the next year to make up for it.
This is an anti-mass immigration rally.
Recently, there's been some debate about whether we need to slow down migration.
Mass immigration at the moment is just not the right time. The way we're struggling with housing, the way we're struggling with hospital beds and everything else.
Some say our population growth is putting pressure on things like housing and infrastructure. But others say we need more people coming to Australia to boost the economy and make sure we have enough workers. Australians aren't having as many kids as we used to, and without migration, our population would go down. And some reckon we wouldn't have enough people to look after our ageing population. Plus, migration brings cultural diversity, and many reckon that's what makes Australia the country that it is.
We're a modern nation that has benefited from our multiculturalism, that overwhelmingly people live in harmony of different ethnicities, different religions, different backgrounds, and we're enriched by the diversity in this country.
Being an Australian means having equal rights and being accepted and belonging in a diverse community.
Because of those recent protests, it feels like they don't really want us here, some people. But otherwise, it's they should understand we all came from all over the world and we should just live together, just be happy in peace.